So you all clear and everything's healthy for you?
Yeah, feeling good, feeling good.
What was it like today? I mean, when you find out, everybody's getting tested again, is it you worry or what?
No, I mean, I think, we obviously have experience with it last year and just following the protocols, doing what we're supposed to do. So, I think we're all pretty experienced in it by now.
Have you spoken to Saquon at all, and do you know how he's doing? And
I'm not gonna comment on anyone's health. I think that's kind of Joe's job there.
Daniel, does a quarterback especially have to be able to shake off a bad start, a bad throw at the start of a game? It's very early in the game. It's a throw you don't want to make and then have to kind of push forward, in the rest of the practice and things.
You said, what's it like? Or,
Is it hard to do?
Not really. It's part of playing the position, and obviously you don't want to make the mistake. It's a costly mistake, and one I can't afford to make. So, but part of playing the position, this position, but all positions in this game is putting it behind you and playing the next play. So, that's critical, and you got to be able to do that.
Daniel, does a breakout like this reinforce your responsibility as an athlete to embrace the protocols and to follow the guidelines accordingly?
I think, yeah. I think that's, something we've talked about. Last year obviously was a huge emphasis and something we've continued to emphasize. So just important to stay on top of it.
How much would it help this team? You have the bye after the Raider game to get a win, to go into that next 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's a big week for us, and they all are. With the bye coming up, it's a big game for us, and we'll approach it like we do all games, and make sure we're prepared, ready to go.
In your experience, is it more pleasant when you go into a bye? Obviously, it's better, but does it help the next week when you're not playing, when you're coming off a win at least?
Everything's a little bit better coming off a win. Yeah.
Daniel, how do you go from being competitive as a football team, which you guys have been a multitude of times this year, to getting the W? What has to change? What has to be different?
I think it's just about making plays here and there at critical points in the game, and down the stretch in the fourth quarter, a number of third downs and big plays that we got to make, and I don't think it's something that we need to change or a big something we're not doing. I think it's just about making those plays and converting those opportunities and finishing games.
One of the plays that you guys have done in recent years was Evan in the seam, running the longer pattern. He hasn't seemingly done that this year. Has it not been called as much, or?
I think it's a lot. Has a lot to do with what the defense is doing, and I think how they're accounting for him and other guys, and where the opportunities are. But he's a dynamic player, like you said. He's been a big time player for us in the past. So got to do a good job getting him the ball.
You didn't have any touchdowns from your tight ends before this past week. The fact that you got 2 of them, is that a good sign that maybe that position and you can start clicking and getting him in the end zone?
Yeah, those guys did a good job down there, and they both can be big threats down there to make plays and get in the end zone. So got to do a good job taking advantage of it.
What do you want to see? Yeah, we're sort of at the traditional halfway point, 8 games. What do you want to see from the second half of the season here? How are you going to, measure the development of the growth of this team over the next couple of months?
I think it's about finishing games. Winning these games, winning these close games, making those plays down the stretch, and pushing it over the edge and winning those games. So that's certainly, I think, the measuring stick I'm using. I think that's the one we all are.
what have you seen when you look at the tape and you see Max Crosby?
He's a good player. He's a guy who can get after the quarterback, who can, he puts a lot of pressure on offenses to get the ball out on time, and plays really hard. He's got, really good pass rush moves, and you know, he's a hard guy to block. So we'll do a good job preparing for him.